Eagle Pass, Texas, where the number of migrants crossing the border shattered a new daily record. Border Patrol agents struggling to process large groups there. Let's bring in Ron Vitiello, former U.S. Border Patrol Chief and Deputy Commissioner, who's also the former Acting Director of Immigration and Customs Enforcement. So let's put this up on the screen because this is a stunning figure. Yesterday, 12,600 people crossed the border illegally. And yet, you go to the White House, nobody's talking about this, nobody's asking about it unless you work for Fox News, and the president's just kind of going along like nothing's going on at the border. What is that all about?
It's very frustrating. They've neglected their responsibility to protect us. They're derelict in their duty to protect us at the border, to give the Border Patrol and the front line of DHS the tools that they need to fix this. But
they just seem to be ignoring it.
Yeah, it's amazing to me that we've been talking all week.
Is it because, well, we can't do anything about this, or it's up to Congress, or we don't even want to deal with it?
They can. You know, in the end of the last surge, Congress didn't act. That was exclusively an executive exercise. The migrant protection protocols with Mexico, that fixed the problem the last time. If this administration had the will to fix this problem, they could do it without Congress's help.
So two places where it's really kind of ground zero right now in the border, Lukeville, which is where Bill Melugin is today, and Eagle Pass, where he was, I believe it was yesterday. In Eagle Pass, 4,500 people crossed the border illegally yesterday. 5,000 were already in custody for a total of 9,500, almost 10,000 people in custody. The Eagle Pass population is only 30,000. So that's a third of the population came in the country illegally in just the last few days. And there's 20 Customs and Border Protection agents to deal with all of this. They are so outmanned and outgunned, Ron. How do they even deal with it?
Yeah, they're totally covered up. As hard as they work, as dedicated as they don't have the tools to fix this problem, and they're completely overwhelmed. The facilities, the systems, the whole thing is broken. Again, the worst choices ever by this administration gets us where we are.
Union Pacific Railroad was complaining that railroad crossings between the United States and Mexico, and at least a couple of places, including Eagle Pass, have been closed. And then other business owners are saying, look, this has got a huge impact on our economy and livelihood. Listen to this one woman here.
Many of us that live here in Eagle Pass, we have family in Mexico and Piedras Negras, and it's just very difficult to have to be in line for hours, you know, especially if we have to come back to tend to our families or our jobs during the week. It took me 4 hours on a Sunday. So, you know, it's just been real difficult.
You know, there are so many day workers who come across the border. They can't because the crossings are closed or they're really bottled up. People want to go into Mexico to do business. We've got lots of cross-border commerce that's not happening. When does the Biden administration say, oh, and by the way, this is affecting the economy that you keep talking about every day, Mr. President? We should do something about this.
They should do something. You're talking about supply chain. You're talking about commerce at the border. Mexico, we're the #1 trading partner that Mexico has. So that commerce and livelihoods are being affected every day.
I thought that this was interesting because we heard a lot of criticism in El Paso, Texas, of Donald Trump and his border policies. Well, listen to what some of these people were saying as reported in Politico. Get the key and lock the gates, said Rick Delgado, a Navy veteran who told me he leans Democratic and who keeps a U.S. Customs and Border Protection number in his phone. Compared to Biden, Delgado said, Texas hardline Republican Governor Greg Abbott is doing a better job. Roy Rosales told me, Trump, he started rough, but now that you see it, when Biden came in, he messed everything up. What's the political impact of this for Biden as we head into an election year with Trump talking an awful lot about illegal immigration?
Well, people have to realize that elections have consequences. You give somebody in charge, the commander-in-chief doesn't care about our border, so people have to understand that when they go to the voting booth. And people on the border know. They know this problem. They know it doesn't have to be this way. And they're the ones that are, you know, besides the agents in the front line, they're the ones that are seeing the effects of it.
All right. Okay, Ron, it's great to talk to you.